Will Aryna Sabalenka and Nick Kyrgios' pointless battle of the sexes harm tennis? Emma Raducanu's ex-coach weighs in Aryna Sabalenka and Nick Kyrgios will compete in a battle of the sexes match in a few days' time. The event is organized by their management agency, Evolve. The exhibition match sparked discussion among fans and critics alike, including Emma Raducanu's former coach, Mark Petchey, who described it as pointless. Mark Petchey makes his feelings known on Aryna Sabalenka and Nick Kyrgios' battle of the sexes match. Sabalenka and Kyrgios' battle of the sexes match is scheduled to take place on December 28, 2025, at the Coca-Cola Arena in Dubai and will be broadcast live on the BBC. The match will be similar to the iconic Battle of the Sexes contest between Billie Jean King and Bobby Riggs, which took place at the Houston Astrodome in September 1973. The event will feature modified rules, with Evolve announcing that the side of the court Sabalenka will defend will be 9% smaller than standard, and both players will be allowed only one serve each when starting points. Recently, Petchey took to social media and expressed that he believes Sabalenka and Kyrgios' exhibition match won't harm tennis and that, in his view, it is pointless in its current format. The Brit pointed out that the only potential benefit of the match might be attracting non-tennis fans to watch and engage with the sport. The battle of sexes won't do any damage to tennis. The battle of the sexes is also pointless in its current format. But if non-tennis fans watch and get involved in watching/playing tennis because of it, then it did the only thing it can, Petchey posted on X. In addition to Petchey, Ben Shelton, Garbiñe Muguruza, renowned tennis coach Patrick Mouratoglou, and former American tennis player Steve Johnson have also shared their thoughts on the battle of the sexes match between Sabalenka and Kyrgios. What did Billie Jean King say about Sabalenka and Kyrgios' battle of the sexes match? Earlier this month, Billie Jean King shared her thoughts on the upcoming battle of the sexes match between Aryna Sabalenka and Nick Kyrgios during an interview with the BBC. She stated that her match against Riggs and the upcoming match differ significantly in purpose. King mentioned that her match was about social change, and she played on a court without making any modifications to it. The only similarity is that one is a boy and one is a girl. That's it. Everything else, no. Ours was about social change, culturally, where we were in 1973. This one is not. I played on a court and didn't change anything. I said, look, I play straight up, or else I'm not going to play. And Bobby loved it, King said. King described her match as political and rough, expressing that she knew she had to defeat Riggs to foster societal change. Mine was really political. It was rough, culturally what was coming in with it. I knew I had to beat him for societal change. I had a lot of reasons to win. They are there to have fun and bring great tennis, she added. Looking ahead, Sabalenka and Kyrgios are set to begin their 2026 seasons at the Brisbane International, which will take place from January 4th to January 11th, 2026. The matches of the tournament will be held on outdoor hard courts at the Queensland Tennis Centre in Brisbane, Queensland, Australia. Will Sabalenka versus Kyrgios battle of the sexes harm tennis? A deep dive into what's at stake. Tennis fans around the world are buzzing about a match unlike most on the calendar. World number 1 Aryna Sabalenka versus Nick Kyrgios in a modern-day Battle of the Sexes exhibition scheduled for December 28, 2025 in Dubai's Coca-Cola Arena. While organized as an entertainment spectacle by the players' management agency, Evolve, it has ignited fierce debate about whether it advances the sport, trivializes gender issues, or could even harm tennis as a whole. Let's unpack the key voices, motivations, implications, and the broader cultural context surrounding this highly anticipated and controversial match. The event, exhibition meets history. First, it helps to understand what this match is. It's an exhibition, not part of the ATP or WTA tours. To make the contest more competitive, the court Sabalenka defends is 9% smaller than a standard court, and both players will have only one serve per point instead of the usual two. The BBC plans to broadcast the event live, giving it global reach. Reddit. The format deliberately echoes the famed 1973 Battle of the Sexes, when Billie Jean King defeated Bobby Riggs in front of an estimated 90 million TV viewers, a match widely credited with pushing women's sports into public consciousness in a powerful way. Archive.md. However, in 2025, the tone and purpose have shifted dramatically. 2. Mark Petchey, pointless but not harmful. One key voice in this debate is Mark Petchey, former coach of British star Emma Raducanu. Petchey weighed in on social media, calling the Sabalenka-Kyrgios match pointless in its current format but clear that it won't harm tennis as a whole. His main point? The match doesn't carry the same social or competitive significance it once might have. Instead, he sees its only real upside as potentially drawing non-tennis fans into the sport's orbit, exposing fresh eyes to tennis who may otherwise not watch at all. Fifth, this is an important nuance. Pointless doesn't necessarily mean damaging. Petchey suggests that if the match remains an entertainment spectacle, it may not have long-term consequences for tennis, positive or negative. Rather, its impact hinges on audience engagement and how fans choose to interpret it. 3. Sabalenka's perspective, win-win, and a boost for women's tennis. Aryna Sabalenka herself has been vocal, insisting the event will not damage the women's game. She told the BBC she's not concerned about losing and framed the match as an opportunity for fun and broader visibility. We're there to have fun and bring great tennis. Whoever wins, wins. Sabalenka also argued that, even with biological differences, the exhibition can help bring women's tennis to a higher level of viewership and entertainment. If women's tennis gains attention from fans who might otherwise tune out, she believes that's a net positive. Be in sports. Her core message is clear. This isn't about proving biological dominance, it's about showcasing athleticism and entertainment. That said, Sabalenka's tone and emphasis differ markedly from the original battle of the sexes, reflecting the changed social landscape of 2025. For Billie Jean King's take, different purpose, different era. In one of the most compelling reframings, Billie Jean King herself addressed the match and pointed out how different it is from her historic 1973 showdown. King stressed that her match against Bobby Riggs was fundamentally about social change, demanding equality and respect for women's sport at a time when that level of recognition was dramatically lacking. King's message: modern exhibitions like this are primarily entertainment, not catalysts for cultural progress. That distinction may seem subtle, but it profoundly affects how we interpret the match's impact on tennis and society.